Okay, hi everyone. I know I was just reading a story, for you for, Independence Day, but I just wanted to talk about, some, recent political, moves that, I think got kind of, like went on under the rug for some people and they didn't notice it happening. So the Syrian flag, if you look at Google keyboard, the emoji page, you would see that the Syrian flag, if you even knew what it was in the beginning, the red with the white and black and the green stars, that is what used to be on the keyboard, um, and that was what it was for a very long time. Um, Ever since the overthrow of Bashar Assad, uh, and the creation of this new government with I don't know whose approval, um, the U.S. decided to change the Syrian flag. Now, I don't know with who and with what organization another country is able to update the flag of another country. And why does that even have to be done? Um, what I know is, the American flag has also had, changes and updates, but that was due to new states coming about, and obviously the expansion and, just the growing of the geography. But Syria is just one example. There are many more places in the world where corporate elites decided to change national flags of other countries. Hi, yes, we're talking about U.S. changing flags of other countries just randomly. Um, and so Syria was one example. If you go to your Google keyboard, you would see that it's been randomly changed into this green, white, black color. And that is associated with one of those groups that were involved in the overthrow of the government for 8 years. And now their flag is the national flag. Um, and that's I don't know how you get that right. I mean, like, hi Seba, hi. Yeah, I don't know how you get that legally done. And the people just go with it. The Syrians, they just, oh, okay, I guess that's our flag now. Like, after 100 years, this is our flag now. And other places I've noticed was Iran in 1979. Their flag was the green, white, and red, but the middle symbol was a lion and carrying a sword and a sun behind it. When the coup happened, American elites again decided to somehow change that symbol and make it into a more Islamic symbol. Um, Again, with whose approval? Who voted for this? The people definitely did not vote for this. They just went along with it, and had no say in why should we even change the flag. So other things, with that is, again, is it legal and what's the process? I mean, suddenly you go to your Google page or keyboard and you see, oh, a new flag. Like, what country is that even affiliated with? Yet no other country is allowed to change the American flag. So I don't know how we get to decide other countries' flags. Like, that's the same as stealing their presidents and hiding them somewhere here in New York. Um, so, a lot of questionable things that we do outside of America, very questionable. And so we had Syria, we had Iran. The Afghan flag has been changed multiple times. There was one before the Taliban. There was one during the Taliban. um, oh, you're in Greece. Oh, nice. Yeah, we have a fan in Greece over here. Yeah. So the Afghan flag. After the Taliban, and it turned into this, like the symbol in the middle again changed. Sometimes the colors stay the same, but the symbol changes. And other things about it, it was like this way. So right now it's like three, you know, rectangles next to each other. It used to be this way, like the long version. And it had a green, white, and black theme. And then before I think not before during communism, it was again this black, red, green theme, but it got like a little image put in the corner of it. You can look all these up. It's just it's out there. It's just sad that it happens. And some symbol in the corner, not the communist symbol, but just a different symbol. And so many things. Just every government, every coup that comes, here comes a new flag, and people are upset about this. The people are starting to, say, what's it got to do with the flag? Countries that are, 2,000 years old, 3,000 years old, are asking all of a sudden, like, what happened to our flag? We're not a new country. Who touched our flag? So, other than the fact that it's illegal, it's also insulting to just change a cultural symbol of a country. That would never be allowed for America. I mean, if, like, for example, China, decided to, like, make a new, like, American flag and have that represent us, I mean, like, everyone would be, going through that anti-China thing again. So, I don't know how that works. That's like I said, people are protesting right now. And especially the Iranian people, they're protesting like we had this flag since the beginning. This was our first flag. We never had any other flag. This was our first flag ever since we, decided to have a flag, or whatever flags were invented anyway. And now suddenly a coup happens and they changed it around. That flags coming out of parted countries. So, for example, the Kosovo flag, again, very controversial. South Sudan now has a flag. Flags of countries that, again, there was either a coup or there was a partition. And just very insulting to the culture. I think it's inappropriate. If we think about it as Americans, like, how would we think, all of a sudden, like, there's another flag hanging, like, outside our building, like, like, who came up with that? Who designed that? And so that's what they're sneakily doing. The elites changing flags of other countries, besides their governments, besides their borders. That's what's going on. And now there are countries who decide to change their flags themselves. That's a different story. They, like United Germany, before or after the, West Germany, East Germany thing. Or Vietnam, obviously, countries coming together and usually going back to their first flag, not making up a new flag. Or South Africa, they had like a colonial flag. You had the Dutch flag somewhere in the corner, and that obviously had to go because it was colonial, and so they came up with a new flag because that meant a united South Africa. So just be on the lookout. I mean, all these like flags out there that sometimes you don't recognize is because they're not official, like, national flags. Um, and right now, the Iranian people are just upset about, their flag being changed just because a new government came into power. And I think it's inappropriate to do that. Um, Especially if that flag has been around for such a long time. That flag has been around for 200 years. That flag with the lion and the sword has been around for 200 years. And for America to just pop in and, change the government and design a new, like, flag, I mean, excuse me, you don't live here. So that's inappropriate. And of course, the Syrian flag, I said the Kosovo flag, there was there was a Catalan flag flying around for some years. We had that uprising in Spain, pulling out the Catalan flag and, somehow calling for partition. And then there was other parts of the world just, claiming territory. There's the Kurdish flag that is looks similar to the Iranian flag. It just has like I guess you could call it a sun in the middle. It's just a sun in the middle, and the red is on top instead of the bottom. Again, another made-up flag for a group of people who never voted for it and are being kind of pushed to accept it and, affiliate with it. Yeah, so we got to watch out for some of these flags that, just come out of nowhere. We might like what they represent, but no one has the right to change someone else's flag because there's history behind it, and there's, it's not yours. You can't change it. So, just a little, something to point out, and, hopefully we can put the original flags back up because these flags are illegitimate.